for the recording, it is
Much
YUJI
as Hakari.
versus HAKARI. Have YUJI, PEW has HAKARI.
All right, but yeah.
The argument just goes as this: YUJI massively above Yuta, who's rel to HAKARI.
Okay, why is he massively above Yuta?
He just goes rel to
And why is
Yuta's
it so
base.
quiet? You're referencing the time when they move in comparison, right?
That
Across the domain. Okay, well, I don't think that moving in comparison really matters because, the whole purpose there is for them to be trying to jump Sukuna, right? So, given that objective, we could say that it'd be more preferable to fight as a collective, and going ahead of one, if it was to be the case that one was capable of doing such, would just be impreferable.
That's fine. I don't see any problem with that. That just presupposes, if you're trying to say that they're not relative, that one's holding back, or specifically Yuta's holding back, which I would need some evidence for why he would, or to substantiate why he would be above either.
Okay, I don't think that I need to substantiate that due to the fact that, well, I'm not even given some sort of conclusive argument in which we could say it's more probable. I'm just saying, well, this is a defeater in reference to what you're trying to posit, and you trying to just ask me to justify the presupposition there. Yeah, I'm addressing that right now. But you trying to ask me to justify some sort of presupposition, I don't think matters because obviously it could just be equal interpretation on the subject.
Bro, it can be an equal interpretation that he's holding back compared to he's not holding back.
Yeah.
Okay. We can go after that, or we can go into that after. But just to be sure, you don't think that you're invoking some sort of argument here, because you're not. You're invoking, or no, it's either you're invoking a trivial if or a trivial conditional, or you're affirming the antecedent, because you said that if two people
that's
were to
fine. I
fight in
know.
conjunction, yeah, okay then.
So so just to be clear, right? That's flawed, right? I want you to justify the two options there being either a trivial refutal or just some sort of antecedent there, because obviously when I invoke some sort of you said that the only options here. What?
That's not a dichotomy.
Okay, what you said was you're going to be invoking a trivial refutal, right?
No.
Or antecedent.
No, I'm saying you're either invoking a trivial conditional, or you're or you're affirming the antecedent, or both. It doesn't matter. But
the trivial refutal is the trivial conditional.
That's fine. What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm saying that I want you to justify this thing that you're trying to posit.
For a conditional to be a refutal, or a rebuttal, it needs to be a reductio.
Okay. I'm saying that it could fall under the category. So you trying to say that I wasn't understanding what you was positing is not true, because obviously the category.
What can fall under what category?
A trivial refutal can be a trivial conditional.
Yeah, bro. That's fine. I'm just specifying more. But if
I know, but I'm saying that I understood it. So I'm saying, can you give a response to the argument?
Yeah. Okay. I already addressed why it's not a true dichotomy.
No, you didn't. You just said that it was, and I'm asking you
one more time. Yeah, I'm gonna repeat it one more time. These two things are not mutually exclusive. It can be a trivial, you can be trivially affirming the antecedent of the conditional.
Okay, when you try to invoke some sort of possibility for the claim to follow, obviously the possibility that I'm invoking is not inclusive of that. So that's what I'm waiting for it to be addressed. I don't care if it's possible. I don't. The possibility that your argument could still follow under the interpretation.
Yeah. Okay. So you affirming the antecedent as a rebuttal. You affirming the antecedent as a rebuttal. Apparently, you just affirming the antecedent now leads to the argument falling down, because I don't think that follows. At all.
Look, when I say that it could possibly follow under the interpretation, I'm saying that it could follow under the conditions that I gave, in which the interpretation could be some sort of argument in which your argument would still follow and mine wouldn't be the case, right? Because obviously that's correlative back to, well, it could be the case that Yuta is not holding back and he's just relative to YUJI and speed. No, I'm not. What are you talking about?
I don't care for the meta bullshit, dude. If you want to go into the meta, I don't.
It's not meta. You literally, you was the one that was trying to stipulate it, because you was trying to.
You're retarded.
Well, we can conclude on this. You didn't justify the claim, so we can conclude on this part.
It apparently being, you're trying to say that these things are a true dichotomy, yet you question why they are true dichotomy. I don't know. It's just kind of stupid.
Okay, wait. Explicate on the true dichotomy.
But again, are you gonna engage with the substance, or do you want proof why you two shouldn't be holding?
I literally gave substance, but can you explicate on the true dichotomy?
It has to be either this or that. Law of excluded meta.
Okay, and you think that I said that was the case, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just to be clear, I don't know how. Actually, no. Yeah, we can just conclude. I already clarified that there could be multiple interpretations given. So obviously, I'm not saying that it's going to be this or that. I'm saying that there could be multiple possibilities here, in which I want you to justify the possibility that your claim is going to follow. I don't know
Bro,
what
I
you're
don't think
talking
you're
about. You're
understanding
confused
me.
as shit, bro.
Bro, that's not indexed to the initial claim. That's indexed to the meta. You fucking stupid bitch. But
Okay,
again,
wait. Index. Wait. What
I
meta
don't
did I
agree.
invoke that was a true dichotomy?
I don't agree that we can conclude. I don't want to conclude. I don't care.
What
But
what meta did I invoke
I'm
that was
just
a
gonna
true
send
dichotomy?
panels on why. Yeah, like I'm just gonna send panels on why I think a YUJI shouldn't be
Wait.
holding back.
What meta did I invoke that was a true
I'm not
dichotomy?
gonna. Yeah, we can go back into the rec.
I don't want to go back into the rec. You could
You
just tell me, and
negated.
then we can talk about it.
Yeah. You negated the negation.
What negation? That's very vague, there, bro.
Bro, you negated the negation of it being a true dichotomy.
Okay, wait. So if I negate that something's a true dichotomy, I'm invoking that it's a true dichotomy. Are you serious?
No, listen. You negated the negation. You need to. Yo, okay.
Oh,
Stop.
okay.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, so
Stop.
okay. So
Stop. Stop.
I
Stop. Stop.
negated the
Stop. I have
negation
you
of it
local
being a true
muted.
dichotomy.
I have you local
So look,
muted. I'm not
wait.
gonna.
Just
I'm
to
not
be
gonna
clear.
interact with that because that's
So look,
stupid.
wait. Duma,
I'm
you're
just
still
gonna send the
confused. That
panels
doesn't
and then I'm gonna
support your
interact. I
yo.
don't care for anything
Yo,
you're about
I
to
don't
say.
know why this dude's muting me. I'm gonna just say this real quick since he's not talking, right? When you try to say that I negate some sort of negation, that still doesn't mean that's going to be the case that I hold to the view in which it can't be true, right? Obviously, it could be the case that I say, well, this could still be a possibility there, but I negate the idea that we're going to claim it to be true. I hope you understand that. That's just for the rec since he got me muted, but yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. A negation does not imply some sort of dogmastic state, bro.
You're gonna say something back, dude, or?
Who, to him? No, I have him local muted. Like I already said, like anything he says right now, I don't care. I'm just gonna dismiss. Like
Why
it's.
don't you want to conclude?
He
then?
didn't respond, by the way. He didn't respond. I'm not gonna lie.
Duma, why don't you want to conclude then?
Why don't I want to conclude? Because it hasn't like gotten to anything substantive.
I mean, you local muted him, bro. I'm not gonna lie. How do you like think you're gonna progress to the conversation?
Yeah, like I don't know if you were listening, Piccolo, but I said I'm finding panels, and then he can attack the panels.
Mind you, this nigga gave an argument, right? This nigga gave an argument. I was like, okay, well, why can't this be the case? And then he wants me to justify that position rather than just stipulating the two possibilities there. That's his whole problem, bro. I don't know what this guy's talking
Do
about.
we have
Like,
a scan chat in here?
I don't think it matters, dude. I think you can send in general chat, dude. No. Yeah, I have authority in this server, so if I say it, it goes.
and I don't even know how true dichotomies got here either. He was just like yapping. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn.
I told that nigga it's equal interpretation, and then he just started getting mad. Like, bro, just justify the position, game. It is on right though, so you know.
What the hell did I purchase? Okay, 250.
Why is he proving that? You know.
Okay, here it is. Okay. Where's the Kusakabe statement? What chapter is it? 252. Okay, so here it is. Hold on. Do you want me to explicate on why this proves the claim or what?
Repeat that.
Do you want me to explicate on why this proves the claim or what?
Proves what claim exactly?
That Yuta shouldn't be holding back regardless if Borfer or not Yuji's by his side.
Yeah.
Okay, so the author just confirms. Yeah, so the author just confirms that Itadori and Okotsu are fighting tooth and nail. Tooth and nail just means to go in an all-out with all available strength and showing fierce determination. You don't hold back. And then Kusakabe just verbatim states that you to hang around with somebody, you need to be relative.
Okay. Well, for one, them fighting tooth and nail, I don't think that's relevant because I'm not saying that they're going all out, right? I'm saying that there's going to be specific times when they're going all out. I don't think that sentence there is just going to necessitate that he's always trying. Obviously, like I don't think that people typically go 100% throughout the whole fucking fight. You have to sustain your energy. That's how fighting works, right? And then for two, I don't think that him saying you have to be relative to keep up with somebody supports the position either, because obviously when I'm talking about him holding back, I'm saying that, well, he's going to be operating at a level in which he would seemingly be relative so that he can fight in coordinates with him. So, yeah.
Okay. One, I don't get to address the second point. That's just like if and only if you agree to this point. But just so you know, can I get the motivation for like the extra add-on? Because that's just an arbitrary add-on. Like you're just saying, oh, well, there's only some instances. Like,
Yeah,
can
the
you
the, the
quantify this?
justification for the add-on was that obviously when we're talking about people fighting, they're sustaining their energy, right? So when you're sustaining your energy, that's going against the idea that you're using maximum output at every time in the fight. And obviously, I think you understand that. Like typically within fights, we could just say, well, there's different occurrences. There's times where you got to block. There's times where you got to rush in, right? And these are going to take different amounts of energy.
Okay, can you prove
So
that?
obvious.
The
Prove
first one.
what?
Can you
Prove what?
prove the first claim and then quantify your claim?
Okay, which was the first claim?
The first claim being the first claim being that people usually suppress their strength so they don't all exert it at once for energy conservation.
Okay, well, the justification for that is just simply going to be the sustenance of energy. That's what it entails. All right, sustenance of energy
Yeah.
is just
What?
talking about, yeah, it's just talking about a consistent flow. Right,
What
it's
type
not
of
going to be.
inference rule could this be? Like you just saying, oh well, it entails this.
I could
Like what
just
are you
give you
trying to say?
some. I could just give you a meaning of sustenance.
Substance. Like
Sustenance, just sustaining your body, bro.
yeah, bro. I don't know what you think that proves. Like dude, I can sustain my body, while exerting my full reinforcement. That's a possibility.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I'm saying that given the context, right? Typically when this is happening, it's seemingly with some sort of conservation, right? Well,
Okay, prove this.
that's why I already did. That's why I gave you the
Okay, you haven't.
examples, right? I'll give them again, right? When we're talking about characters fighting within JJK, there's obviously multiple occurrences, right? When they're thinking about things, when they go
I
and
just
attack,
asked
when
you
they
to prove.
block,
I just
you
asked you to show
okay, bro,
examples.
I'll show you. Okay, bro.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Like I said, show different examples of when people are
Yeah,
blocking. I got you,
no, I'm
bro.
asking for examples where they conserve their power. I can agree that people block. I mean, unless you're arguing that blocking entails like that you're conservating.
No,
I need the argument for that.
I'm saying that the different occurrences call for some sort of different energy consumption, right? Because they're different actions,
Uh,
right?
okay, just to be sure. Um, wait, what was the word you used? What was the adjective?
I'm
Or sorry,
saying that I'm saying
what was the
that
verb?
okay,
What
I'm
was the
just gonna
verb?
raise I'm about to raise explain for you, okay, right?
No, just tell me the
When
verb. It's not that hard.
the verb for what specifically?
The verb for the sentence you just made. What was the verb in there?
For okay, there was okay, when you're talking about no, bro. The
What?
verb there is just the verb there can just be I don't even know what you like. There's multiple verbs in the sentence.
Bro, Just name all the verbs real quickly, because if you're trying
Okay,
to say,
so then
oh well, it is the case that
okay,
inside the
so there's
JJK
if there's
that they
right,
conserve.
if there's multiple verbs, then I'm just gonna repeat the sentence for you.
Sure,
That's not a
that's fine.
problem. Right. So what I'm saying is within JJK, there's going to be different occurrences within these fights, which is going to call for a separate ought. Okay, that's the most simple way to put it, right?
Call for what?
A separate ought.
What does that even mean? Where's the bro? Where's the obligation? Like, what is it being obligated to do?
Okay, well, we could just say, right, when a character comes at you with some sort of energy in which could do substantial damage to you, then you ought to block with a relevant amount to actually sustain it. Okay,
Bro,
right?
that's okay. That's fine. My hypothesis also takes into account this. And
Okay, right.
do you
So if this,
think,
right, okay,
just to be
okay,
sure,
wait,
just to be sure,
I
just to be
just,
sure, wait, just to be sure, do you think this suffices to claim that normatively people conserve their energy, or they don't use their maximum reinforcement or maximum, for say, like exertion of cursed energy, like in fights? Do you think that any of these provides like examples within the series, which is the initial burden, by the way?
yeah, I think it provides examples for the fact that when we're talking about these fights, right, these separate scenarios are going to call for separate amounts of energy, right, and this is going to lead us to the conclusion that, well, we can't actually correlate every occurrence within the fight with the same amount of energy absorption.
Okay, just to be sure, how does that like hypothesis account for the explanation that they're just using the same amount of like energy exertion, like the exact same amount?
Because I'm saying that the occurrence here in which Yuta could be operating at Yuji's level is called for, given the fact that they're trying to jump Sukuna, and jumping, we already you just
That already
provided. Hold on, wait.
dude,
You asked for the
that
explanation.
already presupposes no,
Wait,
because there's circular.
wait.
That already
Wait, it's not
presupposes the
circular.
fact that that Yuta has to go down in strength. We
Okay,
can conclude
just
it's
to be
not
clear,
self-circular.
bro.
We can
Oh my
conclude.
God. Look, okay, we can conclude. I'm just about to give this final statement, right? This guy thinks it's circular because I invoke some sort of possibility in refutation to his argument, right? So obviously, when we give some sort of
Right.
possibility, and then this guy doesn't want to address the possibility of such following, he just wants to say, well, justify that possibility. I don't actually need to invoke that this is going to be more probable. It could just be a possibility, and that's going to defeat your argument, and we can conclude. Okay.
Okay.
So what's the next point?
For the conclusions on this statement, since he wants to give conclusions on the point, um, I mean, he just tries to invoke some sort of equal interpretation, fails to
Yep.
justify why it's an equal interpretation,
Fails
and
to
then
justify.
stop, dude, and then he proceeds to say, oh well, I won because it's an equal interpretation, yet failed to justify why it's ever an interpretation, and also failed to justify the claims he made, like adequately. The next point would just be whether or not Yuta is real to Hakari.
Okay, and I just want to say real quick, this guy literally just contradicts himself. He said
You
that
don't
I
think that?
didn't justify. Wait,
Address the
wait.
substance.
You
Address the
just
substance. You're not
okay.
gonna give two
My bad.
conclusions.
Okay, yes, it's on the record. I guess my bad, bro. All right. Well, I would just say that earlier within the debate, you stipulated that youth is going to be relative to Akari, so we could just take it to be such since you stipulated such. Huh? You want to
Okay.
get the right?
Yeah. Yuji just gets massively control. I mean, I don't know what you mean. Like, do you agree? Because you're just saying,
Oh,
oh, we can.
oh yeah. I agree. Youth is relative to Akari. Yeah.
Okay, then why not did that? Fancy shebang retard. Holy shit.
Oh no, because I was about to scale Akari. I thought you were done with
Whoa,
your
you
scaling.
got me, bro.
I thought
Okay.
you was done with your scaling, so I was just gonna scale
Okay.
Hakari and say you stipulated it, so I could just take it
Yeah.
to be the case.
Yuji. Okay. Yuji is just massively above his base self. He just hits 9 black flashes, in which
Okay.
one black flash gives you a significant amplifier.
Okay, I want you to justify the margin, and I want you to also explicate upon the margin.
Mm-hmm. You want me to explicate the margin? Like, are you asking for me to explicate?
I
I don't know
want
what you mean.
you.
Are you asking me
I
to
want
give?
you. I want you to justify that this margin that you're implying is correspondent, and I want you to explain
Just to
about.
be sure, you're asking for this, like, me to justify the amounts. What are you talking about,
I'm explaining it, bro. But
bro?
look,
Bro,
I'll
you're
just put it
asking
like
me
in the more.
to like explicate
Look,
on the amount.
look.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Okay, I'm explaining it. Look, so the first, right? I'm asking you to justify. Well, you're implying a margin here, right? So I want you to justify that this margin is going to be correspondent. Okay, that's the first question, right? And then the second,
Correspondent to what?
to the relevant state of affairs that we're referencing. So just like canon is
Bullshit,
canon,
okay.
bro. Just like canon.
Bro. Then why say all that bullshit, dude? Just say justify that he hit that amount of black flashes, you stupid piece of shit.
I literally said it's correspondent. Correspondent means the same. That's really simple. All right, bro.
Listen to
Look,
what
you
I just said.
understand now. My bad.
Sir.
You understand now, anyway. So let me continue the question. Right. The second question. Now that you understand the first, is just going to be, I want you to explicate upon the margin, and that's just saying, well, I want you to explain what this margin really is. Like, is it 10%, 20%, 30%?
What does that even mean? Percentile in terms of what? Like, what's the
That's I don't know.
relative
That's why I'm asking you to explicate on it. You're the one that's implying it.
Bro, you're trying to ask me, hey, what percentile is it? What's the quantification of the percentile? Like, what is it relative to? Like, are you saying like a 10% index to his 100%, 10% index to 70%? Like, what are you talking about?
I'm saying index. I'm saying index to the version that you're supposing is relative to you two.
You're asking me to quantify percentile and how much you got stronger? Just
to be clear, it doesn't have to be strictly numerical. I just want some sort of reference so we can actually determine. Okay, I asked you to explicate upon it, bro. What is vague?
You want me to explicate upon how he gets massively stronger? Okay,
I want you to explicate upon massively. What's going to be the submit? Huh?
Like, I've already explicated upon the margin. Like, I don't think you're understanding. Like I said that at the beginning. You just need to listen.
You said that he hits multiple black flashes, bro. What?
No, not just that. I don't think you're understanding. So
you said he gets massively stronger after hitting multiple black flashes.
Yeah, that's fine.
I asked you to explicate upon that. Are you serious?
Yeah, dude, I already have. I explicated on how much one black flash gives you.
Look,
you need to listen with your ears.
When you're talking about one,
I'm not gonna listen.
Bro,
relax. Grab the black flashes. Stop, dude.
Relax, bro. Relax, bro. I'm about to respond to what you said, bro.
Black flashes. I don't care.
I'm about to respond to what you said, bro.
Don't care. Just be sure you're gonna respond to the thing that I gave like at the beginning of the argument.
I'm about to respond to you talking about how much black flash, what hitting a black flash will amp you.
Okay, so what I just said. Can you respond to that?
Okay, bro. So I just give the interpretation on the black flashes. I think that it's relevant towards the combative proficiency, but not necessarily the physical capacity.
You don't think it amps your physicals, it amps your combative. Wait, just to be sure, you said it amps your what?
I just think it's in reference to the combative efficiency as a whole, but not strictly the physical capacity. So when we say, well, he's 120% stronger.
No, he's not 120% stronger. What the fuck are you talking about?
I didn't say that. I'm giving an example and telling you how your thing went.
Stop, dude.
Okay.
You're not real.
Brother,
just to be
you're
clear,
confused.
Wait. Just to be clear, you want me to explain what? You want me to explain black flashes?
Okay,
on how they amp your physicals?
I want you.
Because you said they.
Look, you gotta ask me. You gotta let me ask the question, bro. I know what I said, bro. I'm about to answer it. I know what I said. You don't need to tell me what I said.
Oh my fuck, dude. You think
you tell me what I said.
You think it only amplifies your combative effectiveness, right?
Yeah, bro. I think it amps your combative effectiveness. I didn't say that it only does this, but I'm saying that's.
Okay, why do you think that physicals are independent of combative effectiveness?
I didn't say that. That's the confusion, bro. You're lost.
Yo, you literally excluded it from it. What are you talking about? That's verbatim what you said.
You didn't even let me finish the entailment, so you don't even understand what I'm trying to imply. That's your problem.
That doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
That doesn't matter.
I was going to account for the physicality, but you cut me off.
Yo. You're saying that physicality is not included in this. If you're trying
to say that. I never said that. I don't agree with that. Why would I say that?
Okay. If you agree if you disagree that it is not the case that it doesn't amp your physicals.
My God. You're confused. Shut up and just let me respond. Nigga, I already understand.
Stop. It is on the recording. What you said is that, well, it's indexed to combative effectiveness, yet not strictly physicals. Like, I don't know what you mean. Are you saying that it's effectiveness, yet not strictly physicals? Like, I don't know what you mean. Are you saying that it's not mainly physical?
I'm trying to explain. You don't know because you're not letting me explain. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Nigga, that's why you don't know.
Bro, you literally already explained this. What the fuck?
Nigga, you just said you don't know. Nigga, shut up and listen. Okay, I'm about to explain it, right? Just stop talking. Somebody mute him. Somebody serving me this nigga, bro.
Let's hear it.
Okay, bro. So look.
Is he rogging?
Look, bro. So this what I'm trying to explain, right? I'm trying to say that, well, when we're talking about this black flash amping you, it's pertaining to the combative efficiency as a whole. And what that's explaining is just saying, well, you're going to become a more proficient fighter, right? This can be in reference to multiple things, right? So when you try to give some sort of argument and say, well, due to this amp, we can conclude that his physical is going to be on this level. I want you to justify that given the ambiguity there when we're talking about his physicals being increased.
Okay. Like you literally already conceded to that point. You're fucking retarded.
We can conclude if you think that's the case. We can conclude.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so that's your only scaling, right?
Yeah, that's fine. You can
All right, well, yeah, I think that his scaling didn't go through, and we already agreed like Hakari scales to Yuta and physicals. I just think Yuta scales to like we could just say Maharaga, right? And I think that would be some sort of higher scaling than he provided, given the fact that niggas literally feetless.
Wait, just to
Nothing
be
went
sure,
through.
you think that Maharaga is? Wait, just to be sure, you
I think
him
Maharaga
scaling
scales to
Mah-
Gojo.
Okay, you can justify both of these. You can justify that Yuta scales to Maharaga.
Yeah, so I think well, I'll just show you actually. Hold on, give me a second.
Yo, Duma, don't ever fucking speak to Tool like that in your life.
Shut your faggot ass mouth, dude. Holy shit.
Let me see. All right, is this it? Oh, not wrong scan, my fault. All right, looking scans, bro. So we could just see here.
Where?
Right, we could
Where does
see.
ever...
Yeah, I'm about to explain. We could just see here that it says Rika and I would be effective against two Shikigami. The effectiveness is obviously entailing that he could fight with these characters, so I think that implies comparability and relativity.
Okay, can you justify that entailment? And then can you also justify like why him being effective would entail that he's relative physically?
Okay, well, I think that him being effective means that he's relative physically, because typically when somebody's having some sort of effectiveness within combat, they're also relative in physicals.
Okay, justify why being normative applies to here, and then justify the instruction.
I think that it being normative implies here, given the fact that the statement is just talking about two people fighting, right? So if there's no distinctions to the set that we're trying to reference for the induction, then it would follow.
Oh, I'll repeat that one more time.
I'm saying that if the set isn't distinct from the one that we're referencing to give the induction, then it will follow.
Okay. And the two sets here are what? Just to be clear.
It's just people fighting and
Okay, and then the
JJK.
second set is what?
I just said they're not distinct, so it's going to be the same thing there.
Okay, so you're trying to say if there's no distinction between people fighting and people fighting, then it would follow. Can you justify that in statement?
Yeah, I think that when we're giving an induction, we're observing some sort of phenomena, right? That just being people fighting in JJK here, right? People fighting in JJK here is just talking about, let's say like, I don't know what you take fighting to be. Obviously we know what fighting is. I mean, I don't think I have to explain that, right? So,
Okay.
do you understand what fighting is? Like, do I need to explain that?
Is that the argument?
No, I'm asking for clarification because obviously there's a conventional usage there, or I'll just say that fighting could just be two characters and trying to inflict harm upon one another. That's what we could denote it down to here.
Okay.
You agree with that? Okay,
Shut
so
up.
yeah. Okay, so I'm saying that we can observe this phenomenon within JJK, right? And given that there's not a distinction, then the function of inductions would apply here. That's simply the argument. I don't think you're disagreeing with anything, so I think it will follow.
Just to be sure, why does okay, you understand the question I placed on you, right? Or the burden I placed on you, right?
Yeah, you said why?
Yeah,
You said why the normative reliable or well, holy shit, oh my god, relevant here. Holy shit, my bad.
Okay. Hold on, repeat that one more time. My fault. I was focused on
You
the chat.
asked me why is the normative function relevant?
Yeah, that's not what I asked you.
That is what you asked me. What you asked me?
That's not what I asked you.
What'd you ask me?
Relevant is super biggest. I asked you why that raises probability. And or no, yeah, why it being typical raises probability. And
That's
your response to that was saying that if there's no distinction between the sets, in which, like, how do you derive that conclusion? Like, where's the inference rule there?
That's what
Like,
the.
how do you
Repeat the last part, my
that?
fault.
Like, where's
Repeat
the
the last
inference rule
part, my
there?
fault.
Like, where's the derivative? How do you derive that?
Okay, wait. You think I need to provide an inference rule to give some sort of argument that follows?
Yes. What the fuck?
Okay, so just to be clear, we haven't given an inference rule within the whole debate, but we also have came to conclusions, right? Obviously under some sort of conventional functions, right? So obviously it could just be the case
And
that I'm using a conventional
I
inference
don't
rule
agree
here.
to that second, or no, I don't agree to that first claim. I need the
Okay,
justification for
so
that first claim.
you just want to what sort of account we could take any kind of justification here. I don't really care. We could take like a PC account, like I don't really care.
Phenomenal conservatism. Holy shit, you're a rat, dude.
Nigga, you asked me about the
I don't
inference
care.
rule. Like, what do you think I'm going to say? Modus
Bro,
ponens, like this is very axiomatic.
Bro. It's axiomatic?
Yes, and what inference rule I'm going to be using is axiomatic.
We can stop, bro. We can stop. But this is like hella embarrassing. Can't be associated with this guy.
Okay.